was short practice again today, guys. I thought, I'm pretty sure because I was informed at House the other day that today was the day they could have gone longer by CBA rules. Coming back off the off day, though, they just kind of went red zone, couple situational things a little bit too. So it was shorter than I anticipated, but tomorrow sounds like a real training camp practice with pads on. Yeah, real football. Finally, Brags will be there in the stands. We can get going with actual training camp. We're all excited. The best though, come on, guys. I'm gonna let you guys break down your red zone stuff and your Caleb Williams, number 18. Everybody talks about Caleb, all that cool stuff. Tory Taylor had a great punt today, boys. It's about time. Look, we hit the over on this. You would have predicted that I went best Tory Taylor probably day 2 of camp. It's been a week now. Report day was last Friday. It is taken till Thursday, July 25th, for me to do this. But there was a situational moment after the offense stalled. They sent the punt team on. Tory Taylor, you're talking darts with Caleb. This was a dart that landed at the 5, downed at the 6. New weapon the Bears have. Get excited. That was the best of training camp today.
Nick, did you even notice that play? Because I certainly did not. I was bummed that the offense had not succeeded. I was like, I literally paid zero attention, with all due respect that I probably should have been paying attention, but I didn't. Did you?
I do have, so interesting. I do have that play in my notes, but I don't know if maybe Tory did have one, but I also have Corlius Waitman with a down punt inside of the 10 after a team period. So punter speculation. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, I did see a really nice punt.
In my notes, I have Waitman nearly killing the Hard Knocks crew with one of his punts, which the guy
I did see that one. I did see that one.
You did have that in your notes.
The Hard Knocks crew was walking across the backfield. Waitman was working on his game. The thing was 7,000 miles up in the air. It came down like it's far away from us, but maybe a yard from Hard Knocks. They nearly died. What's your worst, Hoge? What do you got?
Well, first of all, I'm certainly open to the possibility that I missed something and have the wrong punter here. I don't think I do, but for the record, Adam Johns at 11:31 a.m. tweeting after the Bears offense went 3 and out in the first situational drill, rookie punter Tory Taylor did land a punt inside the 5 that was down at the 6. So that's my second source beyond my own eyes.
I don't fight you on special team stuff. I trust your eyes on that. I might quibble with the quarterback every now and then, or perhaps something else, but we're gonna trust that. I'm not going down any road where I don't trust your special teams.
In all seriousness, sometimes our viewing angles here, I do question my own eyes sometimes. Did I see the right number? Am I looking at the right thing?
You get distracted with, like, you look over one way for a second, it's like boom, the punter, like both can be reality.
Alex Shapiro asked me today, like, who had a penalty when the offense had a false start. I was like, I don't know. The offense did. Sure, the guy, that guy on the offense did. I don't know. They threw a flag and somebody did something. Worse though. So, and I know you guys are gonna get in this probably in some of your best. So it went 7-on-7. Results were solid, but like as soon as they went to the team stuff in red zone, everything tightened up. Matt Eberflus talked about it today, said, things are shorter in the red zone. It's condensed, harder to execute down there. Windows are tighter. So once they got in the team, he said it was more fast paced. You could feel the rush, and it's just going through the process of that. So that's all true. However, they better get it figured out because those are the money areas of the field, and you do want to score touchdowns. And we saw in practice the other day too, nice 2-minute drill, but they got down there to the 7-yard line. All of a sudden things tightened up and they weren't able to get in the end zone. So this is obviously something they got to work through, and they have time to do so before we get to September. So far, the defense has been getting the best of the offense in the red zone when they get the full 11-on-11 team stuff.
Yeah. No arguments from me. By the way, shout out to Charlie the Bacon Guy who's here. I'd like to apologize to Charlie the Bacon Guy for softball losing this week. I was, of course, trying out to be a U.S. Open ball boy, and it was Nick's fault. Speaking of that, Nick, what's your best and worst?
Nick didn't hit a better day. I'm not gonna lie.
Apparently, nobody on the team hit.
No,
the season that I said would go undefeated, we've lost 2, but we lost 2 last year and won the whole damn thing. Back to Bears football. Nick, best and worst.
Yeah, the best was the 7-on-7 period. If you're looking at it from an offensive angle, like it started off with a quick carry to Keenan Allen. TJ Edwards tried to dive to break up the pass, but Keenan caught it and then kind of high stepped into the end zone to start things off. There's a nice corner route that DeAndre Swift ran in the back left corner, and Jaquan Brisker couldn't get over there. And it was a nice pass by Caleb Williams. And then the one play you were talking about, Carm, where it's Jalen Johnson underneath coverage. Velus Jones Jr. is going over to that back left portion of the end zone. It's just a perfectly thrown football and a good catch by Velus to concentrate, catch the ball, not bobble it, and score for the offense. So I really liked how things started in the 7-on-7s. When they went to the team period, I mean, there was everything you didn't want to see kind of showed up in mini spurts. Like there were even some false start penalties, and Flus was asked about that. He said there was a couple in there. Noise was up, and that's part of the process. Like if noise is creating that much of an issue, like obviously that's another area to work on. But there was a play where Montez Sweat knocked out the football. DeMarcus Walker picks it up out of Caleb's hands. They couldn't score. Only 5 players caught a pass in 5 team periods. Swift, Travis Homer, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Roma Dunze. That was it. 5 completions, 5 team periods. Obviously, that needs to improve, and maybe it will when the pads actually come on and the offensive line has more of a chance to block the defensive line.
Right. Pads coming on tomorrow. Bragg's there. That's all that matters. But I guess I can jump into my best and worst off of yours, Nick. Look, I get it. It wasn't the most difficult throw in the history of football, but the Caleb pass to Velus, I haven't seen Velus Jones look that good catching the football in his entire Bears career, not to overstate it. When he was a rookie, he would be backpedaling and looking awkward as hell. And I'm not saying this means anything as Velus as a receiver, but it did not look like you would expect a wide receiver of the NFL to look. This one looked normal. He was in control. He was open. It was a beautiful throw from Caleb. It looked like NFL football. It was just, I was really enjoying that moment in time. It also, I think, added on to it because before that, he had already thrown a touchdown pass to Keenan Allen. He had thrown another one to DeAndre Swift. So like the momentum's building, and then he fires this beauty to Velus. I'm like, wow. Okay, this feels a little bit different. Now, the other side to the worst is when it felt a whole lot similar. Defense ahead of the offense late. Caleb holding the ball. Montez Sweat getting a piece of it. DeMarcus Walker, pouncing on it. Just a lot. This is a recurring theme in every practice, as far as I can tell, where the defense ramps up a little bit, the offense bogs down, the ball's getting held, and Caleb is in that pocket too long, and it just shows like the learning curve that he's still on. Which, by the way, I enjoy it because it seems to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, head coach Hoge, but Flus has talked about we're going to show him a lot. We are going to try to confuse him, and that's exactly what they should be doing because they're trying to get him ready to play week 1. So to me, that's evidence that they actually are doing it. Because if it was just simple for him right now, I feel like he has master's a little tall, but he has got the simple down. Once they're ramping it up, they're not quite there yet, which again expected July 25th, but it was on display again today.
Yeah, I still, have zero glaring concerns coming out of Caleb. I mean, this is really the first time I feel like in a week that we're even talking about any type of concerns with the offense not executing at all consistently. There's been periods here and there. There was a good stand by the defense the other day. This seems to be like the first time anything sort of stacking up from multiple days, being like, okay, this is starting to be a little bit of a trend, but it's still so early on. And, again, the pads haven't been on. Let's see what it all looks like tomorrow. But we also know how good this defense is. So in tight spaces, especially when the pads aren't on and certain things are limited, like the run game is really not real at all. They're probably going to have a certain edge to things. Now, the Velus thing, I agree with everything you said. However, I thought live he was out of bounds.
No way.
The referee had a much better look than I did, and he was right there. I thought the second foot was out. Now, maybe that was his third foot, but I thought he was out of bounds. I'd love to see a replay. If I was the defense, I would have challenged it.
New Hoge segment. It's called hashtag Hoge Nitpick. No one thought he was out of bounds there other than Hoge. No way was he out of bounds.
Ryan Poles was right there too. Ryan Poles was watching that entire period from the end zone view. So, I mean, if anybody had a great vantage point of it or the best vantage point, it was Ryan Poles. And I think he seemed pleased with how the play resulted.
We all silly like the mayor.